Okay, yeah, I got the 3-camera thing going. Alright, you guys should be able to hear me if you guys pop on. Anyway, it's raining, it's miserable, it's a little after 9 o'clock. Why not? Alright, we'll get right on to it without a whole bunch of hoopla and explanation. I think I'll start with a little bit of red. And we'll put the red around here somewhere. Something like this. Oh, what is this, purple? We'll throw the purple in there. Somewhere around in here like this. Bring some of the purple into the red. Oh, we'll tap a little blue in here. Hello, Rosemary, how are you? Nothing really special, it's just I'm bored and I feel like painting something. That's pretty much the extent of it, really. Hello, Sonia. How are you? As I was reiterating, I'm a little bit on the bored side, so why not? So, pretty much why I'm doing this. Take the old hake brush and try to smoothly blend this stuff in there. Yes, series of X strokes there. Just already did the glycerin thing, so I'm just gonna blend this stuff in. And keep on going until I can blend it in pretty decent. Series of crisscross strokes, just keep it going. Doesn't matter down below, it won't be seen anyway. Something like that. I might want it a little bit darker on the top though. Yeah, I can do to be a little darker on the top. So we'll work some of that darkness in there. I'm all right. I'm doing fine. I'm doing all right. A little bit more purple. Pop it into the blue a little bit. Series of X strokes. Just gonna build up the darkness a bit. And build up some of that blue a little bit too. Just a little bit. A lot of back and forth and a lot of smooth blending. It's your hand weight you know, you vary the weight of your hand a little bit. Just vary the weight of your hand a tad. Can't leave the red out there, so hey Jessica, I see somebody has just went to the abyss. Thank you, Sonia. She just put somebody in the abyss. Just want to kind of blend the colors, make them a little stronger. Match it in there pretty good. Be a little careful. A lot of blending. As you can see, if you notice, I'm using Scotch tape for the borders. Scotch tape, this glycerin has a hard time seeping through, which is why I use it. Of course, they don't make Scotch tape like they used to. It used to be a nice thick roll of it. Now they give you this little half a baby roll and then charge an arm and a leg for it. So I'm gonna have to look around and see what I can come up with. We're gonna get some stars going, I guess. A little bit of water. Into that white paint a little bit. And we'll pop some lovelies in there. Kind of get a nice batch of them in a corner there. Just really put them in there like that. Maybe a little bit of action up here. Really get it up in there like that. Of course, you guys don't see it up top because I don't have the camera back far enough. There we go. Now you guys pretty much see it all. All right. Hello, Kimberly. How are you? For those of you who might not know, that is Jessica's mom. All right. So, like I say, nothing special. I got the 3-camera deal going on, so I have to look at this camera and get used to looking at it. Yeah. So obviously it's going to be a window scene and big old mountain, trees of some sort, you know, that type of thing. Very small color palette right now, so just a pasty mess because it's from the last the house painting that I did earlier this afternoon, evening / today. All right. Okay. So I got a pretty mellow group, Kim. This is I I'm usually on a whole lot later than this, really. Okay, let's get to that mountain thing. Let's get that started. I'm gonna take a 1/2 inch brush and get some water here. I'm gonna mix, for those of you who don't know, that's a stay wet palette. So there's a sponge underneath this paper. All right, this paper is like one step above, what is that paper you use for cooking, putting cookie sheets on and stuff like that? It escapes me right now. But it's a step above that. So I'm getting a little black. We'll just put it right here. Don't have much blue left, so I'll get some brown, slap the brown in there. I'm gonna get some more blue because I really don't want total black. So I'll put some blue right in there, and I'll put the blue over here. Just a little dot of blue, I won't need too much. All right. All right, mix the blue and black together. Why am I mixing blue and black? I don't want, black is an extremely harsh color, and any, you mix any color with it, it softens the black up a little bit. All right, there's vegetable glycerin on this, so and I got this is all heavy body paint here. It's not craft paint. So there's vegetable glycerin on this. Adjust the focus a little bit here. I don't have the focus on right. Hold on. Bear with me here. Okay. Vegetable glycerin helps the paint to blend, so there's no visible cut lines or anything like that. So that's why I use it. All right, one tall mountain coming up. I always kind of do the peaks first. I want this guy kind of high. So something like that. Yeah. All right, then the rest I'll just kind of blend. Oh no, you make the mountain as large as you want. Mine's is going to be pretty tall peaks here. Now I know I've covered all that in red, put the stars in it, but you only see a little bit of red through there. It's okay. That's all right. That's all right. If I wanted more red to show, I'd have put it in there. I would have made the mountain a little lower, but I don't want it to. I want this mountain to be kind of luminous and large. So I don't necessarily have to use a 1/2 inch brush like this to fill it all in, but it's all right, because I'll fade it away coming down here. But I'll use a larger brush to do that, and you'll see in a second. Oh, thanks. Yes, there's a few different ways you can do the Starry Sky. The fan brush is usually the best way for me. For me. Okay, so I'll take this black here, and I'll kind of bring it down a little bit. Now, tape is not porous. All right, if it's wet, it's gonna pretty much stay wet. So I'm gonna bring, as you can see, I'll just bring this mountain down a little bit. I'll make it pretty solid here, and then I'll kind of wave some of this. You don't make it even. Don't make your, kind of fade it out. Make some come down a little further than others or whatever. But just fade it out of there like that. And I'm gonna just keep doing that. I'll just keep blending. Now I can blend it to almost nothing if I wanted that. Like I said, it all depends on how far down I want to bring it. That loud sound you hear is me hitting the brush against the shoe rack down there. It just gets all the paint out. I'll do it this way. I'll go from the bottom and I'll fade upward. Just simple X strokes. I'm pressing pretty hard. And I'll just keep doing it. Then I'll just lighten the pressure. And I'll just kind of go back and forth. The X strokes, believe it or not, help you kind of get rid of the streak marks and such. So with glycerin, the streak marks will go away anyway, because glycerin spreads when it dries. A very little bit of glycerin goes a long way. So you got to really know how to kind of use this stuff. All right. Okay. Well, I kind of figured that, but it's a good thing. I got a pretty decent group here, Kimberly. The people with the wrench by their names, like the RV DJ Sonia. She, if somebody comes in, and it's usually a little troll that comes in, and they put these little links up. She has the authority to just get rid of them. Get rid of them, report them, block them, all of that. So. Because if I'm busy doing this and I see it come through, a moderator can make them go away. So that's what's going on there. All right. Let's get some, let's get some mountain texture going here. I'll use a smaller palette knife here, and we'll get this going. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Since we're concentrating on the mountain, we'll just zoom it in. Now, once again, I thought my WD-40 would handle this probably with my my stand, but it's not. But I'll take care of that later. All right. We always have a left and the right side of a mountain. Right now it just looks flat with these little bumps going on, but I'll show you. Let's get a little bit of, I don't know if that might be a little too watery. Let's get rid of that. Let's get some titanium white. Maybe a slight touch of, no, I changed my mind. We'll just do the titanium white. It might turn a little gray, so that's fine. But we'll get some titanium white, take it and you spread it out real thin. Take a little swipe across, just like that. We'll build our mountain texture. Pretty much design it any which way you want, whatever the light side of the mountain is. If you want the light side on the right, if you want the light side on the left, it's really up to you. We'll just start from, we'll start from here, why not? Right in between that peak there. We'll, you know what, never mind. Let's go this way. We'll have the light come from the right side today. So I'll just take my little palette knife and we spread it across, just like that. And I'll take it again, spread it on across. Now watch what happens as I keep doing this, okay? Really, you just get one started and all the rest kind of flow along. Now I'm a lefty, but I'll do it with my right hand. We'll come down here like this. Come on across like that. We'll come here like that. We'll meet it here. Maybe have one go further down. Kind of spread that there. Just have it come out like that. It looks kind of weird right now, but don't worry. And And all you need is really is a little peel of paint to do this. It does take a little practice to get it done. Now, as you see me doing this, remember I'm going really to the right hand side. So basically I'm just going that way. And remember, this paint is still rather wet. Okay, I can still move it around, play with it, and all that fun stuff. Okay, Jess. We'll swoop that around like that. Give him a little, almost like a little glacier thing happening right there. But you see how it's starting to take shape now, right? So don't get discouraged if you're doing mountains and you find yourself kind of down in the dumps about it because it doesn't look exactly the way you're planning to want it to look. You have to keep practicing. Keep practicing. And see, you can make some parts really catch the light, or you can make it fade backwards. I'll make this one catch a little more light. We're here on the top there like that. Now, you can design and build these mountains any way you wish. This is your mountain. You are the king of your own mountain. So you do what you feel with your mountain. Okay. It's your mountain. Nobody can tell you what to do with your mountain. Your mountain. Okay, that's cool. All right, we'll take a little bit of blue, just a little bit. Put it right into the white. Now we're gonna make the shaded side of the mountain, and so we just turn it a little bluish. Okay. And you come on the other half of the mountain. Come on down. Come on down. Break it apart. Let the paint break. Bring a little bit into the the white part of the mountain, and you just come on and go the opposite direction like this. Now look how that's starting to look. You see that? You can have it come down a little bit, up to you. But you see how it's starting to look? Your eye. Oh yeah, it just takes practice. Don't be discouraged. Please don't be discouraged. Mountains were a big boon to me. Really, what was more frustrating was actually clouds. Clouds was a lot of trouble. That was kind of a pain. Yeah, clouds were something else. As you can see, I'm adding all sorts of little dips and curves like that. But you got to remember, anything that's blue is going this way and downward. Okay. Now, yeah, I can bring it up into the mountain. I can slide across. I'm going right across the window panes because this is going to be a window when it's all over. All right. And I use a thin layer of paint to do it, especially with this glycerin, because the glycerin is so slippery. You don't have to cover every single bit of mountain either. That won't be necessary. You need some of that dark to kind of show it off. Now remember, this paint's still kind of wet, which leads me into this. I'll take this guy. Yeah, I'll take this guy out, tap. halfway up into the mountain a little bit and bring it downward. And I'll go on the other side a little bit, just like that. Now, why did I do that? Well, I'll take the same brush and I'll lightly just kind of fade up into the mountain, and it kind of blurs out the bottom of the mountain, like some little bit of mist or stuff is going on there. This is like the old Bob Ross method here. He kind of blends it out a little bit. Okay, just a little bit, blends it out. Now, it's pretty warm here in the room. Glycerin, vegetable glycerin, it dries faster when it's warm. All right. Okay, I'll just take this one. It doesn't matter. This is an old beat up battered version of one of these, believe it or not. See, same handle. This one's been around for a while. I beat it half to death. I'm gonna make some mist. So I'm gonna take some white paint, not much white paint. Go down below a little bit, down around in here. Okay. And then I'll just take it and I'll swirl it around. But as I swirl it around, I'm gonna swirl it up into the mountain, but not very hard. Not too hard, just kind of. Now this is the glycerin that's doing this. Okay. Get a little bit more. I'll bring it maybe this high, then come down. Maybe a little higher, okay? Then I'll take it and very lightly just kind of swirl it around. Just like that, very light mist. Go up into the mountain a little bit. You'll still see the details of the mountain, but it's being blurred out on purpose with the mist, okay? And you can layer your mist on top of all of this. You want to make it brighter, make it brighter. It's like that, just take it. Bring it up to the mountain a little bit more. Up to you how high you want to bring it up into the mountain. Okay. Up to you, really. Now I have a lot of confidence doing it because I've been doing this for a while. And you kind of blend it in there. And blend it down here. Kind of doesn't matter because there's going to be stuff down in here anyway. But I will kind of, you know, I'll add a little more white down in here. Yeah, I've been doing this for a minute, so. Okay, something like that. So let's pull back a little bit. I'll adjust the focus. And this is what we have so far, okay? All right. See, that's not too bad. Things can still go south. Okay, I'll put that away. All right. I'm deciding what type of trees do I want. Deciduous trees? Do I want? Yeah, I want deciduous trees. What are deciduous trees? Those are like elm trees, oak trees, spruce trees, stuff like that. That's a deciduous tree. A pine tree is, well, a pine tree. I don't want a pine tree. I want deciduous trees. So let's mix some. Here, let me show you something. If you have black and yellow, it makes green. All right. But I got black and blue mix. I'll just put the yellow right here. And I'm gonna show you what happens. Color blending is fun. I tend to enjoy it. Now it's got blue and black in here, in this little mix right here. I'll keep it right here. I'll get a little bit of yellow and pop it in there. Watch what happens. Look at the color. Even with the blue in it. Look at the color of green that happens. Okay. If I wanted a deeper green, I'll add more black. And then a touch more of yellow. All right. Because then I can put highlights in it. Follow me. All right. And so I'm just gently mixing this stuff together. I want a dark base for the trees. So I think I'll just use, I'll use a sponge. Some sponges have nice little patterns that I like. Maybe I'll mess with this one. I haven't teased it, or I haven't messed with it in a while. But this one got a nice leaf pattern, leaf-like pattern to it. So maybe I'll play with this. And all I need really is to, should have mixed it a little bit more, but I should be able to get away with it. All right. So we'll start over here. You press. Oh, that's not bad. You just kind of press, come down, come up a little bit. Like I said, I want interesting little patterns up top, so it looks like a bird can actually go through this thing. I'll put some up there. Just like that, right? Then as I go further down, it just gets thicker. And you just keep, don't drag it, just press. Yeah, I should have got some more, but that's all right. We'll take advantage of all this. I'll bring it down a little bit further. Let's not forget this spot up here. Now, in case I run out of color, which is kind of fine, I'll just mix some more. It's no big deal. All right. And I did run out, but that's okay. A little bit of black, a little bit of yellow. Mix it in there. It turns green again. Yellow and black will make a green. Now this is a little deep. Add more yellow. You wouldn't think such a totally dark color and a really bright color would mix together and get something like that. I'm gonna add that blue in there again, but it does, as you can see. See that? It's a nice deep olive green. All right, I'll take my little sponge. I'll squish it together. All right, when you got it filled with paint, a nice light tap will do. And also, it brings you the texture. It kind of darkens this stuff up a little bit, but it gives you, more importantly, the texture. As you can see the texture of the leaves. All right. I'll kind of bring it down a little bit. Also, I want it down a little further than what I have. So remember to pounce, don't drag. Just pounce. I'm going right off the tape. Okay. I kind of like what's going on there. This is good. This is good. Just like that. Okay. So I have a pretty interesting top part there. All right. Okay. Now, if you notice, remember the light part of the light source of the mountains are from the upper right. And that's how you would highlight your trees, from the upper right. Let's move this down. We're gonna zoom back in again. Something like that. We'll put it right here. There you go. All right. Moving right along. Let's get some more yellow, for the simple fact that we don't have any more. Now, yellow is extremely transparent. What does that mean? Yellow, when you put it down on the paper over something, what you put it over will show right through it with no problem. It's very transparent. It's almost like a weak kind of a color. So you need to bump it up. So I'll bump it up with an extremely opaque color. What is opaque? Opaque means it's a color that is hard to see through. And titanium white, you can't see that right there. Titanium white is extremely opaque. Yeah, this is the brand that I prefer to use. It's very thick, like oil paint. But it is acrylic. It's water soluble, very safe to use. When the pets eat it, they don't get sick and die. So I stick with that. Okay, let's try for some different leaves today. I feel like doing something a little different-ish. I was gonna use this brush, but this brush hasn't been beat down enough. Yeah, it's kind of weak. I don't want this one. I could try for this one. Let's try this one. Yeah, at least we can try it. I'm gonna take this brush, I'm mashing it. Oh, you guys can't see me mash it. I'm just taking it and I'm just kind of opening up the bristles. I'm really abusing this brush. I'm mashing it, crushing it, like that. Okay, there's a reason why I'm doing that. Let's get some yellow, get some white, mix the yellow and the white together like that. I'm gonna take some of this green, get some of that and put it right in there just to darken it a wee bit, just like that. Okay. Yeah. Now, in a perfect world, I'm putting it on pretty thick here. A thin paint will stick to a thicker paint. Okay. This really should be a little thinner than this, but I think we can get away with it. All right. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let's do this. Let me show you an example. There we go. We're high enough. All right. Remember, your light source is on the upper right. So your highlights will be on the upper right. And we just kind of give a little minute light taps. Turn your brush around sometimes. But as you can see, just a little peck of color. And you kind of keep it roundish, like this, okay? Come over here and you kind of tap some more in there. Turn your brush around a few times. You skip a little bit. And you make interesting little loop-de-loos and things like that. Bring some down like that. Come in here like this. All right, I'll pop a couple over here. I'll come over here on this side, add some more over here. Get interesting little groupings of color. Okay, I'm gonna spread this brush out a little bit more. Really mash it, open up the bristles a little bit. And really try to concentrate on using the tips of the brush, so little dots. Okay. And remember that when you do stuff like this, that you know, angle your brush differently. It gives you different patterns. If you find that your patterns are looking a little too much alike, turn your brush. All right. And you'll probably see me do that a few times. I'm gonna still keep things going more or less toward the right side, which is why I'm aiming things over in that direction. All right, I take it that Jessica's getting more coffee, or she's telling me I need some coffee. I'm slowly getting used to Jessica speak. Slowly getting used to it. Interesting little clumps. All right, little clumps here and there. Now let's say you do this stuff and you're not liking how it's turning out. Well, you can mix some dark color back and return some of this dark color right back to where you had it before. So once again, hashtag don't panic. I'm going to get a lighter version of this forest color in there. I'll put some down here, maybe give the appearance of a few bushes or something. I'll fill them in a little bit more than I would fill in the leaves. So I'm just rolling it around right now. Just like that. I'll pop some in here. I'm using the bottom of the brush. I'm just getting interesting looking patterns right now. You'll see as I do this. You'll see what I'm getting at here. All right. My mind's eye, I already see what I'm gonna do. So it's okay. Can't stand it when my TV does that. I have Roku, and the TV only stays on a few hours, and it gives you a decision to either keep looking at it or turn it off. And when I'm painting, I like to hear background noise, and now all of a sudden it's just got quiet. It throws me off a little bit, and I don't like it. Okay, a little bit of blue in that yellow, because why? Blue and yellow makes another version of green, as you can see. Okay. All right. I want to dip a little brown in there. That's a little bit of brown. Now the brown that I'm dipping in here is umber, not ochre, umber. Umber is a brown with green in it. Ochre is a brown with red in it. Now I'm gonna go to the dark parts of this tree and I'll watch. Look at this, right by the bright parts. Scatter them a little bit. You know, see, it's gonna start looking like a tree. These bits and pieces of trees. See that? See how that starts to come together? All right. And I'm going direct. There we go. Don't get rid of all the dark. Okay. There's a reason why you keep in the darks. The darks establish depth within the tree. Sonia is the RV DJ. She's learning how to paint from the individual I taught how to paint. His name is Bruce. Lives in Vermont. Bruce, real laid back fella. Nice guy. Really nice guy. For all I know, he could be watching right now. Might be a little past his night time, but he could surprise me. Once again, right by the yellow. Actually on the left side of the yellow. Just to... Now when you notice that your paint's getting a little thin, just get some more. And because you don't want to find yourself really pushing the brush into the paint, into the paper or board, whatever you use. I use 140-pound watercolor paper because I do so many tutorials. It's just cost effective for me to do it on the watercolor paper. Watercolor paper can take acrylic paint. It can take oil paint. I mean, if it's thick enough to take water, of course it's going to take acrylic. All right, but I got it on a foam board, and the foam board sheets are huge. I just take them and I cut them. Actually, the watercolor paper is huge. It's like 24 by 30 or some crazy size. Okay, these guys here, I'll go in reverse. I'll take some blue. Let's take blue and purple. We'll mix the blue and purple together. I just need a little darkness there, and just a little touch of black. So what I did for the highlights, I can do for the shadow color also. And so I'll go down here and I'll just kind of almost, it's called, in watercolor, it's called the lost and found method. So I'll just create the pockets of darkness. That's all I'm doing, is creating interesting pockets of dark stuff. And if you do it right, nobody'll never know what layer you put first. All right, nobody'll know. You can come in here and add some coming downward like that, or you can add some in the middle of the bush from the bottom, just like that. And you can start to shape your foliage this way. I can add a little bit of water to it to make it a little more runny, but I want this to dry fast, so just like that. I'm not done yet. Watch this. I like this brush. I just got to beat it up some more. So I'll just take it and kind of mash it and crunch it, and you know, because you always have to have a good leaf brush. So I'll just abuse this thing here and just kind of like that. All right, and just let it sit there. All right. There's a couple ways I can show you this too. I'll do it this way because it's kind of quick. All right, let's get some of this brown. We'll mix it here. I don't think I got enough. That's all right. We got some red. Put red in with it. Now you can put red in with this brown, or you can put red in with the green. Now red and green are color opposites on the color wheel. Anything that's opposites on the color wheel tend to cancel each other out, so it turns up a brownish kind of deep gray. So when you add white to it, add a little bit of white, it turns gray. Keep playing with it, keep playing with it. And if you notice it, now it's this weird kind of gray color going on there. So I'll take this and I'll put some trunks in there. It needs to be a little lighter so you can see it. So I'll just lighten it. Now, gray is what you would call a neutral color, so it accepts everybody. Gray's friends with everybody. Okay. There you go. See, now you can start to see them. And I'll kind of pop some trunks in there. I'll pop some way up here. I'll pop a couple in here going crooked, like this. And I'll pop some, not necessarily on the bottom, but put them in here pretty close like that. All right, see, I know you guys can see it. There we go. Pop some way up here. Come down here. Put some in there like that. I'm just spreading the paint out, just like I did for the mountains. I'm using the edge of the blade here, and we just put some way up there. All right. Come down here, pop some in here like that. Pop some way up there. All right. You know, sporadically here and there, just like that. Okay. So we got that part done. All right. Okay. Let's aim this camera down a little lower. Now, the pattern you should take, I should explain it while this is zoomed out. So we'll establish some grassy stuff here. So I'll take the larger brush once more. I'll take a little black. I'm running out of room here. A little bit of yellow. I'll just mix it with this brush. Need more yellow. This will be good enough. I'm going to take a little bit of glycerin, because this is just going to be, now the glycerin, what glycerin will do, it doesn't change the color. Vegetable glycerin doesn't change the color of the paint, but it will make it transparent. And it kind of loosens up. Now glycerin works best with heavy body paint, not the craft paint stuff. All right. You're better off with water with craft paint. And basically, I'm gonna just block all this in. Block it in, block it in, block it in. Come on in this way. Block it in, block it in. block it right in. Now, see? And right now I'm just blocking it in. It doesn't have to look super perfect. It doesn't have to look super pretty. You're just blocking this. Just blocking it with color right now. Just like that. I can kind of brush some of this up in there. I'll swirl it in. Really don't matter at this point because I'm gonna put stuff in front of it anyway. So it really don't matter how it looks up top. It don't matter. All this stuff will be added in there. But I can go do X strokes and kind of smooth it out a little bit. The more you do the X strokes in one spot, the more it blends in. But you gotta, you got a nice little window to do all of that. Okay. But basically that's kind of what I wanted. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. You gotta try to get your mom. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm just blending the top part here. I don't care about that, that's going to be covered. It's really this stuff up here, but that's fine. Okay. There's a few ways I can do the grass and whatnot. I'm going to show you right now. More yellow. Actually, let's go to different yellow. We're going to use yellow ochre. Why not? So we got a plastic tab on the tip. There we go. So we'll just do a little bit of yellow ochre right there, okay? Boy, it sounds so weird when it's really quiet. Yellow ochre and let's go for a different green. So we'll go with turquoise green, which has got blue in it. All right, it's like the blue you see in your swimming pool. So we'll do a different type of green. We'll just add a little bit of that to it. All right, now yellow ochre is yellow with just a hint of brown in there. Because of the sake of time, because it's just after 10, I'll just use a bigger brush. And I'll just kind of mix it in there like this. Different type of green, different type of brush. Now, you guys don't know the backstory of why I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but let's just say this brush is the brush that was kind of designed by that Afroed gentleman that used to have a painting show for a very long time. That's about all I can say about that, believe it or not, because the company will sue you. Isn't that sweet? Beautiful people, beautiful people. I'm pouncing the brush so I can get a nice interesting pattern, but this is a pretty quick way to get some grass going. Okay, here we go. Ready? And boom. And we just kind of tappity, 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 tappity like this. See, look at this. Well, look at that for grass, right? And we're gonna come here, we'll do the same thing up here. But I don't want to get rid of all the deeper brownish green we got, so we'll kind of do it sporadically in just like this. And what I'm doing is I'm really just kind of softening the bottom part there. And you just keep tapping in the same spot a little while. It kind of soaks into the brownish color, so it's a kind of a gradual thing. I'm gonna add some cute little highlights to this also. But as you can see, it gives you a nice grassy look here. You can practice, you can turn your brush around in different, we'll have it joined right here. You can have it kind of, you can bounce it around. Okay. So I didn't overall get rid of all of the color underneath. See there, all up in there. Gives a little more interest. Okay. All right. We got a little bit of yellow and white-ish stuff going on here, so we'll get some highlights there. I want the highlight to be a lighter green, but I don't want it to look like snow, so. Whatever it'll do. All right, remember, you can't see that. Anyway, it's on the right hand side. So all the brightness is coming over here. And so we'll just tap the brightness on this side, just like this. Okay, you see that? Then we'll get some more brightness over here. Just like that. And we'll kind of bring it a little further here. Bring it down below. Just like that. All right. Okay. And once again, I can soften up some of that stuff too. Kind of melt it in there a little bit better. Very quick way to get your highlights going. And since I got a few of them going, we'll get some white. I would prefer yellow, but we'll just get white. Once again, it's really a really light green because I mixed it in there with the green. All right, and we get some tippy top stuff going, just like this, right on the tops, just like that. So we're kind of layering different degrees of the bright stuff, just to let you know where the sunlight's hitting, more or less. Just like that. And I'll leave it be. Yeah, I can recommend you some. Actually, because she would need various sizes. But yeah, I can recommend you some. Actually, I would have to recommend you. What I have to do is I'll take a snapshot of some and I'll send it to you that way, because I can't really show you on the air. Well, a particular fella I can't show on the air, so I'll just make a snapshot of them. But yeah, I can do that. Okay, so let's pull back, because we're not entirely done yet. But let's pull back a little bit, and let's go up. I think we almost got it. Let's put it in focus for a second there. There. All right. So we've got pretty much a nighttime scene. We got a little bit of that red showing through, just a little bit, but we got our purples and our blues and our stars. We got the giant mountain, and everything's still showing to the right. Okay, we've got a nice little gully in there. Got one back here, one up here, a little bit of it here, a little gully in there. Okay, all right. Then we got our little bushes, our tree. I want to call them logs, our tree trunks, and our leaves for our leafy trees and such. Okay, now I guess I can pretty much leave it like that. I think that's cool. But there's a but there. Let's do something a little different. Okay, hold on for 1 second. That's actually not what I wanted to do. Let's do that again. Hold on 1 second here. I don't want to make it disappear, but I'll make it disappear. And come on back. There we go. All right. Let's take a script liner. I wouldn't recommend putting the paintbrush in your mouth. Let's take some black with some water. Not glycerin, just water. Black paint though. Black paint. We'll just use black paint. Like I say, it's just the sake of time. All right. Let's go up here for a second, and we'll put a football shaped oversized drop right there. Okay. Maybe a little bit of it here. We'll round it off. We'll make it a little heavier here, just like that. We'll curve it like so. All right. Okay. We're not done yet. Get a little bit of white. And we'll kind of curve that white around like this. Now watch what I'll do. While it's still wet, I'll take the inside of that white and I'll get it really milky, and I'll kind of spill it to the inside of the circle here. I'm gonna get some more. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna get a white little bit of brush here. Just like that, I'll cheat. Just like that, we'll curve it in there like that. Now, what I'll do is I'll take that and now I'll work it. See that? Make it disappear. Just like that. And still go in a circular motion. Now you got like a little drop. A little water drop on the window. We'll brighten this one up a little bit. And you got to put a light source in there. Like this. Put a nice dot right in there like that. Okay. We're gonna do another one. Actually, we'll do the white first. We'll put one right here. Right in here like this. A big one. Just like that. Okay. Just something like so. Rinse off my brush a little bit and destroy the bottom edge. Make it really kind of milky like. Now the reason why I can get away with this is because white paint, by the way it's designed, it leaves a chalky residue, which is what you're looking at. I'm just watering it down. Okay. Now when it dries, you'll still see bits of that mountain in there. Okay, just like that. Then I'll go back into my black real quick and we'll kind of cause a little shadow there. Just like that. Now you got 2 drops. Okay. She wants me to add an animal. Just like that. Okay. Let's get some white here. I'll do the white first. I have to be careful because it's still wet down there, but right here. We'll add on this side. We'll kind of get a little half a drip going like that, and we'll kind of get a baby one right in here like this. All right. And then I got a little bit of water on the brush. And we'll come here and we'll kind of break that up a little bit like that. Come in here and we're gonna break that end up in there and get it to kind of spill across. Spill across. Just like that. And then we'll take some black. When you got a light side, you also have a shadow side. So, and you come on over here and you kind of scoop it around just like so. Okay, so you got one dripping right there. All right, well, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Put an animal in there. Now you got me thinking. Okay, we'll put like almost like a teardrop right here. Almost like a little teardrop. And we'll come in here and we'll kind of destroy the inside edge to get it nice and milky. and put it right into the grass there. So it kind of distorts the color a little bit. Just like that. We'll take some black. And remember, you always got the shadow side, so underneath, got a little shadow there. Make it a little thick. Come on the opposite side. Just like that. Okay. And we'll put the little bright drip right in there like that. All right. Okay. All right. This is a rigger brush. Kind of looks like that. Gotta bring it in a little closer. You have now extended the painting time by doing requests. So if people start falling out of their chairs going to sleep, it's your fault, Jessica. I shall not take no blame and pay no hospital bills when people sleep and fall off the chair. I want him in silhouette, so he has to be in a certain spot. Yep, you can see him. Good. You'll be in silhouette here. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Sonya and whoever else might be watching. You know, they you know, some of these guys been here since the beginning, and we are. Gee, you won't tell me. Why won't you tell me to see? Oh, okay, not bad. We're an hour and 8 minutes into this. That's not bad. All right. You're forgiven. I'm doing pretty good time, actually. You're forgiven. You're off the hook. Usually it tells me on my webcaster how much time I spend, but I had to click on the keypad to look and see exactly. Now I'm just going by some kind of memory here because I really need a picture to see these guys. So I'm going by some kind of memory here. So if people ask me, what is that? I'm gonna say Jessica made me do it. Mm-hmm. paint's a little thick. Jennifer Flynn came back again. But as you can see, Kim, that's what a moderator does. When people, and this is random. It doesn't just happen on my side. It happens on Bruce's. Happens on there's a lady. Her name is Diana. Artfully Blind with Diana. It happens on her side. Yeah. They just I don't know. They just do it because they have nothing else better to do with their lives but just to irritate others. I don't necessarily have to use such a small brush to do the figure. But it's easy for me really just to kind of silhouette this fellow in here. People tend to like wildlife in their paintings. I usually just go with the Walmart eagle. I'll show you an example of that. Well, it's actually the Kmart eagle. You'll see why in a second. Oh, you get them too, huh? He'll be getting a cast shadow underneath his now he'll get a light shadow. Still have a little bit of color here, but he has a little. Actually, his cast shadow goes the other way, so he gets a shadow underneath him. You just gotta play around with the black a little bit, but you don't want it too. I don't want it too dark. We'll keep playing with it here. In to soften it a little bit there. It does get dark right on directly underneath them. It goes down a little bit because it's on a hill. And I will give him a little baby dot for an eye. Little baby dot for an eye. All right, there. He can be a coyote, he can be a wolf, he can be whatever you want. Cujo, it don't matter. All right, let's put the Kmart eagle in. You guys are not high enough, so let's go up here. All right. Actually, I'll put the Kmart eagle about to swoop in, and I'm right about here. see that? This is the easiest way to make a bald eagle. Kmart version. You pop a dot right in there like that. There you go, instant Kmart eagle. Okay. All right, we're almost there. Let's pull back. Back more. Back a little more. Good enough. See if I can straighten that out. That's good. All right. Let's go back to the script liner. Script liner is a little thinner. I can kind of manage my lettering this way. All right, I guess I'll sign it off in white. I usually do it on the lower left-hand side. It's just me. All right, right here. There. Okay, let's let's peel off the tape here. Yeah. This is Scotch tape. It's not the regular. The reason why I use Scotch tape because one, it gives an extremely tight, professional look border on this. I kind of prefer a really tight border. It holds better than masking tape. But now I have to be careful. Remember, tape is not porous. Okay. So I got to be careful. The tape the paint that's on the tape is still wet. So I gotta kind of mind my P's and Q's when dealing with this stuff. I fold, especially with this type of tape, I do fold the end so I can just lift it off really easy. But you can see it gives a very sharp look. Of course, it will fall on the floor. Yeah. The Scotch tape, or the masking tape, I don't have to really fold. But I will peel and pull. I'm pulling as I'm peeling. Okay. There we go. And on the other side here. I'm pulling and lifting. Because when acrylic paint dries, sometimes it will dry right on with the paint itself, and then it'll tear into the paper or the canvas, and you don't, because a film will start to develop on it. So you really don't want that. That's just, bad mojo. All right. Okay. Well, there you go. You got a window pane with a couple bubbles, drips, and whatever on it. That's the second one I didn't make. The garbage is like 3 feet away, and I still missed. All right. Anyway, there it is, guys. There you have it. All right. Stay wet pellet. Very easy cleanup. There you go. You throw it in the trash. And put the lid back on it because the sponge here is still wet. So, but if you have a lot of paint, it will stay wet for days. All right. Let me put this back. And actually, you guys don't need to see who's gonna come off first. Is it this? Let's see. Yep, that comes off. You guys don't have to see that anymore. So, and we're all done. But there you go. All right. Okay. I can take this off also. I would just have to make this the whole the whole piece. You would still hear me, but you would get the full size of it like that. All right, but that's what she looks like. Okay, there she go. All right, complete with an animal. Actually, 2 of them. Okay, so there you be. Thank you very much, Kimberly. Appreciate it. Blue light special. Yep. So this is just something I, pretty much more or less just toss together. The animal is a bonus. I wasn't going to put any animal in there, actually. But if I didn't have the hills here, it would just look like a wolf walking across a golf course. I should have did that, put a little hole there with a little flag. I should have did that. Oh, well. But all right, this is it. I usually, when it's the end, it's the end. I usually don't linger on. But we're off at a pretty decent time. Usually I'm on at about this time. Okay, but I got a buddy who is who's coming on, and he paints, but he doesn't paint on YouTube. He paints on Facebook Live. But he'll be on at 11 o'clock because he lives in Oregon, so he's 3 hours difference, so it's 8 o'clock for him. But he's painting. He's getting a bunch of paintings ready for a gallery show. He's a real cool guy too. Let's just say that his voice is a lot louder than mine. He's got a low voice like me, but much louder. It projects a whole lot more, and very operatic. So he's a funny guy. Really cool person. So, but yep, this is what I do, Kimberly. This is what I do. If it's not mountains and trees, it's florals or the occasional portrait, or like the big fish that I've done, which was huge. I couldn't even put this board up here. You wouldn't even see the keyboard. Matter of fact, the painting was much bigger than this board, much longer. But I did a tuna coming out of the water, and so you seen the water on the top, then it splits, and you seen the water in the bottom of the schools of fish and undersea life and all of that. So I did all of that for him. Yeah, that had to be the biggest commission that I've done. So, but all right, guys, that is it. Thank you, Kimberly, for watching. I do appreciate it. And I am going to get me some coffee. Jessica Gilbert, I am going to get some coffee. I need some. So, yeah. As you guys know, the standard rigmarole, I'm going to take a picture of this, put it as my thumbnail on YouTube, and I will post this on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, and probably on Instagram, I may put a frame on it, slap a frame around it. Who knows? Or just keep it like that, since it's already got its own frame. If I had more time and more energy, I would actually just paint it brown and put the wood grain in it and just make my own frame. If it was totally dry, I would probably blacken in like a corner, so it gives it that little 3D look and everything. I could actually get away with that now. If I really wanted to, I could do that. Just take the ruler and real quick, and then that'd be that. But she looks all right the way it is, so I think I better leave good enough alone. Thank you guys for watching. Sonia, appreciate you on troll duty, putting all the clowns in the great abyss. So guys and gals, thank you very much. And for those of you who will be watching this well afterward, thank you for watching. I shall see you guys when I see you. And until next time, peace.